Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. I'm working hard. I'm working hard. Let's get it. Okay, so before I get over to the airport and do my thing, it's looking a little interesting out here. But I think we're actually going to still be able to fly. So I'm going to hurry up and get my subscriber shout outs, because you know this is a special time of every video where I get to thank you guys for joining me and supporting me on this journey. So wanted to give subscriber shout outs to Win One Soon 100, subscriber shout out to BT, and I think we just met each other the other day. That's that video that you see Wednesday. That's his father and son. And I'm just so thrilled that we got to do that and you guys got to fly. That was just fantastic. Did my heart good, because that's what this is all about for me. So shout out to BT. Shout out to Nick. Thank you for subscribing. Tay Oracle, Hannah Shield, Frankie Lane, and New Japan Highlights. So I thank you guys all for subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And as you can see by my Wednesday upload, and I always do something special as an interlude. So if you ever see a video on Wednesday, you know it's something special, kind of off the beaten track a little bit. But that's the whole point of why I'm doing this, to inspire, to include. I want as much inclusion in the aviation community as I can possibly do before my time on this earth is done. I thank you for everybody who subscribed to the channel, who has supported me, who's prayed for me, who's encouraged me along this journey. And I gotta tell you, we're getting to the point where I'm really feeling it. Check ride is going to be coming soon. So anyway, let's go. Got some work to do. Let me go put in work. Let's get to the airport. Let's get it done. Let's go. Deep ride. No one behind us, no one around us. All right. Mask would be nice. Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, taxiing from the upper ramp to runway 24, wings. Mixture, the primer is in and locked. I don't see or hear anybody coming on final, and nobody's on the field, and we're gonna get on out of here.
Yeah, we'll go out 340 heading up to 3000.
Traffic,
Gotcha.
I'm Warrior, I'm 138. Is 10 miles up to the west on inbound for 29 Gaudizo.
Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, departing runway 24, heading out to the northwest, wings. All right, so back in the cockpit, and time to work hard. I mean, the most important thing about, you know, trying to reach a goal is you gotta work hard, gotta go after it. So just so happens my work happens in the cockpit of an airplane. So anyway, gonna get back to some maneuvers and make magic happen. So let's get after it. All right, so windsock is look like it's almost straight down the pike. All right, let's line this up. 24 on the compass, 24 on the runway. All right, here we go. Heels to the floor, full power. Engine instruments in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, suction, all look good. Airspeed is alive and climbing, and we are at rotation speed already, and she's ready to fly. Somebody asked me the other day if this ever gets old. Like, you know, do I ever get bored or used to this, you know, this takeoff procedure? And the answer is no. This never gets old. Every time I take off, it's like I feel like I'm opening up a Christmas gift. Like, I can't believe it's me opening up the throttle and making this plane jump into the sky. Crazy. Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, right turn out to the northwest, last call, wings.
Like, would you want a solo today?
No.
Alright?
No.
Okay.
No, not in this, no.
Right?
No.
But it's VFR, right? 10 mile visibility.
Right, no.
Nice and calm, low winds.
Yeah,
Limit jumper 2
No.
42,
I don't know if you remember, but we did a cross country to Morristown, and it was 4, and I got lost. And you were like, "Do you know where you are?" We were turning downwind to the base, and I got completely lost. Had no idea where we were.
So this whole conversation was about, VFR and visibility minimums for VFR. So for VFR, it has to be at least 5 statute miles for it to be VFR. And then I think it's 3 to 5 is marginal, and then like less than 1 is like low or something like that. But at any rate, 5 mile visibility, you would think that. So I'm going to show you again. Look, check this out. Look out the window. That's like considered to be 10 miles visibility. And I got to tell you, it's not real clear. So, preparing for the check ride is not just about like the maneuvers and stuff like that. It's about me making good pilot decisions about go, no-go decisions. Before we took off, it was reporting calm winds, 10-mile visibility. And I got to tell you, we got up there and it was hazy as heck. So that would be one of those things where if I took off and I saw that, I'd go right back to the airport and be like, nope, shutting it down. We're not flying today. Sorry. We'll have to drive and be late or just not go at all.
And Delaware coastal traffic, Cirrus 354 Fox Charlie is 2 miles down, straight in, runway.
Instruments,
Delaware coastal.
oil temporal pressure in the green, suctions in the green.
Oh, temp is hot.
Yeah.
Out more.
Air traffic up to 1632.
When your mixer's too rich, sometimes it's,
To the west.
it's not hot, but it's on the upper
Traffic
end of it, right?
Yep. All right.
Loud and clear.
South of the
Cruise
field.
checklist complete.
We are eastbound. We have traffic.
Alrighty, sir. Let's do some steep turns.
All right, steep turns. So
About 4:30.
let's do some clearing turns.
I started laughing because the idea of doing clearing turns with all of this haze was actually kind of tickling to me. So, but at least I remembered, right? Clearing turns, baby. Clearing turns.
I just wanted you to see what I was talking about.
Yeah, there's the tower. I finally see it.
Let's see how far away that is from us.
I barely see it. I mean, that's usually my go-to, like...
That's
easy.
10 miles away, so it's just barely visible.
Just barely.
But that's so far into the VFR, right?
Yeah. All right, get the VA. Okay.
3568 Yankee is front.
To the right.
The right person, right?
Yep.
You're clear as far as I can see.
Okay, so I know it's going to be hard to see, but this is the most difficult maneuver for me. Steep bank turns to the right. So the horizon is hard to discern, but if you watch the distance between the top of the cowling and the horizon, not too bad. Not too bad, a little low there, but I caught it. Not too bad, but this is where it gets a little loose. Watch how far down the nose drops. See so much space between the cowling
To the left.
and the nose? That I have to catch earlier. Okay, now to the left. Usually can dial this in pretty easily. And just going this direction, the plane just feels easier to fly to me. I don't know if it's just where I'm sitting, but I have to add less power. The bank seems to stay in. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I just know that going to the left, I can dial it in. I can keep that propeller spinner right on the horizon with no problem. The only thing again is I have to be careful is watch this nosedive at the end. I got a little bit too aggressive pushing down at the end.
That was pretty good.
Not too bad.
That was pretty good. Plus, you can't even see the horizon. Let's give it one more shot.
All right, one more shot. All right, where am I? All right, good. To the right.
So as you can see, I'm getting better. And I definitely felt better about that first set. Now we did another set just because, again, what I'm doing is when I finish the 360, I'm basically pushing forward on the yoke to anticipate the additional back pressure and some extra nose up trim that I put in before I started the turn, just to make the turn easier. But what I'm doing is I'm over correcting that additional nose up trim and the back pressure, and I'm dropping. So I stayed within the plus or minus 100 feet, but it was definitely one of those situations where once I came out, I was at about 3,000 MSL, and I dropped probably about 120 feet, just pushing down, because I'm pushing down as I'm coming out of the turn. So that's just something I have to just kind of get a little bit more precise, but I'm there. A couple more and I'll be ready.
There we go.
That one wasn't bad at all.
That was good. Just remember the coordination, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to remind you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're going to the left rudder, going to right rudder. All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go back to wings.
Okay, back to wings.
Final 2-4.
Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, about 9 miles south, about northwest of the field, inbound for runway 24 wings.
Good.
Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, about 5 miles north of the field. Going to be doing a midfield cross for runway 24 wings.
Okay, so what's going on here is that this is something that you haven't seen in many of the videos, but this is navigating back to the airport after I've done my maneuvers. And what we're practicing here is, okay, I'm in the plane with a DPE. They're not going to be telling me how to get back to Lancaster. We're going to probably fly maybe a waypoint or two as I'm doing my cross country. We'll probably break off, and then there'll be deviations, and we'll start doing maneuvers just like you see with my CFI and all of that kind of stuff. But eventually he's going to say, okay, take me back to Lancaster, and I got to figure that out. Like, I can't get lost, because if I basically say, oh, we're going back to Lancaster and we get lost, that's a fail. So that's what I'm practicing here, and just trying to dial in my nav aids, trying to get used to seeing landmarks, stuff like that. So we'll be practicing this in the Lancaster area as well. But this is key. People have blown check rides because they've gotten lost going back from a practice area doing maneuvers to get back to the airport and have gone the wrong way and stuff like that. So definitely want to make sure we don't make that mistake, or I don't make that mistake.
Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, turning left downward for runway 24 wings.
And originally when we first got back, usually our first landings, I just do a regular landing before we start doing some of our takeoff and landing maneuver training. But this one, he wanted me to go straight into a soft field landing. Now again, this is like you're coming in and you're doing a landing on like a grass landing strip or something that's soft, and you want to protect that nose wheel. So that's what this landing is going to be. So the whole key here is to land on the two back tires nice and soft and keep that nose wheel off the ground for as long as possible with a lot of back pressure on the yoke.
Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, turning left base for runway 24 wings. Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, turning final for runway 24 wings. Alright, third notch flaps high. Soft field. Check that nose gear. Watch your speed.
Okay, so I'm coming in for this soft field landing. Let's see what I do. So what you should see is the back wheels touch down first, and then the nose come down last. Here we go.
him out just soft short. He didn't have to on the short field.
I could
on
just
the
let
soft
it
field,
cruise.
just
Let it go.
you don't want to use any braking.
Right,
Well,
right.
it's fine that you did this now, but you know you don't have to aim. You don't have to try and touch down right the numbers when you're doing a soft field landing.
It's really about protecting the nose gear.
Nose wheel and then not digging in.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring this lesson to an end, but you can see I'm making some slow progress. Slow and steady. I mean, it's slow, but it's steady and it's feeling good. One of the things that I felt good about this particular lesson is that I felt a lot better on the steep bank turns, and I definitely have dialed in my soft field landing. I'm able to get those wheels down, you know, the 2 back landing gear, and then really protect that front landing gear, and I can do that pretty consistently, so feel good about that. Where I'm still making small mistakes, when we were navigating back to wings, I didn't pick up my ATIS before I began to make my call when I was 10 miles out from the field. Gotta get that weather first, and you know, because you need to know the winds could have shifted. It could be a whole lot of stuff going on. A NOTAM could have popped up, so I gotta remember the small stuff and getting the ATIS, and then things like that pre-landing checklist. Those are 2 things that I need to definitely tighten up in terms of navigating back, because those are 2 big things that, you know, when I'm at Lancaster, it is a Class Delta airport, which means it is towered. And so when I get the ATIS, they're gonna give me a code basically for the weather. You know, they'll basically say let the tower know you have information alpha. Well, if I call the tower, Lancaster Tower, 901 Quebec Sierra, 10 miles east of the field for an inbound, the runway 31, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, Con, you know, cleared the runway 31. Let us know when you have information, you know, Delta. If that happens, you know, no harm, no foul under normal conditions, but on a check ride, could be problematic. Is it an automatic fail? Maybe not necessarily, but that could be the straw that broke the camel's back. And of course, I want to do the best I can do. So those are the types of things that I need to really be thinking about. So gonna end up, you know, in this lesson, but getting stronger, feeling better, and I gotta tell you, my confidence level is definitely increasing. All right, let's end this. All right, so back home after a very good flight. You know, it's hard work, but it's so worth it. And each one, I get that step, you know, that much closer. And really at this point, it's about building my confidence to know that I can do this. I know intellectually what I'm supposed to do, mixture, props, you know, all of my checklists and all that kind of stuff. But it's really about, at this point, I'm realizing is me getting over this psychological hurdle of actually becoming a licensed pilot. I mean, I have to confess, like today, after I finished my lesson, I got in my car and I was driving home and I'm like, do you really believe you can do this? Like, do you really honestly feel confident about the fact that you can get into an airplane with a designated pilot examiner and have him say to you, you are ready to be a licensed pilot? Is that really something that is in your brain that you can say with confidence that's where you are? And I gotta confess, I think today was the first time I actually really confronted that issue. But I'm gonna tell you, your prayers are being heard, because that's what I'm beginning to feel. I'm beginning to feel this sense of confidence, but more importantly, this sense of peace about this journey. I was always kind of frantic, always nervous, always on edge, and I just took that as I'm learning, and there's a lot to learn, and you know, it's just a lot of stress. But at the bottom was this kind of unspoken lack of confidence in myself, because this thing sounds and feels so big. A licensed pilot, you're flying an airplane, and it is big. But it doesn't mean that it's not for me just because it's big. And so that's why the prayers for my Room 11 brothers, my reach out from, you know, the different people who have subscribed to the channel. That's why I give these, you know, subscriber shout outs and all these types of things. The folks who support me through the Black Pilots of America, specifically my Roscoe Draper chapter peeps. It makes such a big difference. The reason why that is because when I talk to you and you guys talk to me, you talk to me like it's a foregone conclusion. Oh yeah, of course you're gonna get your license. But it's finally starting to dawn on me that it is true. I am going to get my license. And so that sense of having confidence in that truth really has become so empowering. So the lesson was good, but I think the psychological part of it was even better, because now each lesson from here on out is about just perfecting my craft so that I know that I'm going to be a licensed pilot, period, full stop. So I thank you guys for being patient with me, joining me on this journey. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. So that's it. Get away from me, bug. So anyway, I'm out of here. Russ Kid, Russ can fly. I'm out. Peace.